morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being here for this sponsor signing. Sponsors, Jamaica Football Federation representatives, specially invited guests, a very special good morning to you all. Thank you very much for your patience as we get into today's activities. As we know, World Cup qualifiers will resume in June of this year and of course continue throughout the calendar year of 2025. So it's a very exciting calendar that we have ahead of us. So before we get into the meat of the matter, we'd like to start with some opening remarks this morning. And before we hear from our sponsors, we'll hear from Jamaica Football Federation Ambassador, Miss Tanya Lee Perkins.
Thank you, Simon. Good morning, everyone. This is such an exciting and important day for football. This is our first, what I'd consider the start of our campaign on the road to 2026. Now, why is that road so important? For the first time in a very long time, and remember the last time. When was the last time? It was 1998. That was the last time. And so this time, we have the opportunity to actually make it to another World Cup and join the Reggae girls in getting 2 qualifying berths to the World Cup. So we're backing our boys to make it. The Federation is pretty excited about what's ahead. And over the course of the next few months, we're looking at 8 matches to get to qualification to the 2026 World Cup. Our boys can get that done. No brand here is a stranger to football. So of course, we're gonna start with Stewart's Automotive Group. I have to give a big round of applause to Stewart's. Now, for those who don't know, and I think everybody knows, Stewart's was a part of the JFF family from before 1998 qualification. It dates back to even before that 1998 campaign, so it's a long-standing partnership, and we're very excited to have Stewart's Automotive Group on board for this go-around. Of course, St. Mary's Banana Chips. Candice is a big fan of the Reggae Boys. There was no doubt that St. Mary's would have been on board, so we're very happy that they've renewed their partnership and they've come on in a bigger way than before to support the Reggae Boys on this World Cup campaign. And I can tell you that once the boys land, the first thing they ask for is their care package from St. Mary's. So we're happy about the renewal. Candice, thanks for being on board. And last today, but definitely not least, because listen, if you win, if you lose, if you draw, if you bet all 3 ways, you're winning something, it's sure money. So I'm thinking you want to go with Just Bet. Now, Just Bet is on in a big way. Very important because, of course, that sort of match day excitement that Just Bet brings. You saw them recently at the Cavaliers match. Kajay, we're doing big things like that for the boys? Okay, we're doing big things for the boys. So that's what we're looking at. We have to welcome on board Just Bet. Now, the goal is clear for us at the JFF. We're going to build out a pool of dedicated sponsors that's willing to back our boys. We're going to use that sponsorship to obviously aid in the support, preparation, training, and of course, building out the excitement around it as we get on to the final leg. What does that final leg look like? From June 7, we start with BVI. June 10, home match, Guatemala. And of course, September, October, and November, we have home and away matches for all 3 months. So that momentum, that excitement in the final stretch, I don't think we have space at the National Stadium for what's gonna come. And of course, last and definitely not least, the most important part, the heightened fan experience. That's what we're looking for from our sponsor partners, and we're very excited to see what each sponsor rolls out. I just had a really good conversation with Jackie, and we came up with some great ideas already. Jenny, get the papers out because we're doing big things. So thank you for being on this road, and forward to what will come over the next couple of months.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Much appreciated there. And as Tanya alluded to, folks, every stakeholder has an important role on this journey. Not only the players on the field, but also the staff of it, the administrators, the sponsors. Every single one of us has an important role on the journey to 2026. At this point in time now, we're going to invite the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Michael Ricketts, to share a few opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Simon. I kind of feel the excitement. This is nothing new to Stewarts. They've been around for decades, from in the early 90s when Captain Burrell had that kind of a vision that we could go to the World Cup. And Stewarts would have been one of the pioneers in this project. So I really want to again say thanks to you, madam. We want to do what the girls have done. The girls have actually gone to 2 World Cup tournaments, and not just 2, but consecutively, 2 times in a row. No ordinary achievement for a country as small with such little resources as Jamaica. But when we have sponsors coming on board, and I hope that this will provide a kind of fillip, a kind of a catalyst for other private sector entities, and of course for government and any person who wants to make a contribution, because it's going to take a lot, but it is very, very important that we go to this World Cup, which of course will be held in our backyard in Mexico, US, and of course Canada. So everybody here can prepare yourselves, because we will be going to the World Cup. I do hope that on that last day, when we will qualify, like we did when we played Mexico at that last game, I mean, it was like a euphoria when everybody there was no class bias. Everybody were just hugging and chanting and jumping and being so excited because Jamaica had qualified for a global tournament. I want to again say thanks to you and of course, your help. It doesn't matter if as small as you think your contribution is, we will embrace it with open arms. We're gonna need every hand on deck if we're gonna qualify for this tournament. Like I've said, the whole world is looking on us. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ricketts. Much appreciated there. We're now going to hear from our General Secretary, Mr. Dennis Chung.
So I have to pull it down a little bit. You press it? I'll pull the mic a lot. All right. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here. Let me recognize my good friend Jackie, and thank you, Jackie, for your support over the years. It's not just today, right? You've always been with us. We have this bus that we're always driving around in, and it's coming from Stewart's group. I want to recognize Jospet Kaje. Good to see you. And also St. Mary's. Where's the St. Mary's lady? Right here, yeah. What are you doing? And of course, you brought some chips for us, eh? Yeah, so it is indeed a pleasure for me to stand here and recognize these 3 new sponsors. Well, not really new, eh? They've always been with us, but a renewed effort. I'm very pleased to have these 3 brands represent us, and they're added to one that was there before that came on, which is Rand Nephew. So if you look at the lineup, it's building out very well. You know, we only have to make a starting 11. We only have 7 more to go, right, Tanya? So we need to get those 7 by next week. And a full squad. We normally take about 30 persons with us, Prezi. So we need 7 and 19. Yeah. So, and also what we'll see also is a lot of benefit coming to you, because it's a two-way street, right? So I know I was talking to Jackie before, and Jackie wants to put some shirts up, right? And that's the sort of partnership that we need to think about. How can we activate certain things to ensure that when you go into JFF, you're looking at all these brands, and when you go into the brands, you're looking at JFF. You know, that's what we want to do. So we want to get there. So I want to thank everyone for coming. Thanks for the partnership. You know, really, really appreciate it. We are determined that we will get to World Cup in 2026. We're definitely going to be at World Cup. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chung. At this point in time now, we're going to hear from our sponsors. And first up, we're going to hear from Mrs. Jackie Stewart-Lekla, who is the Group Marketing Director for Stewart's Automotive.
So first of all, I'd like to welcome you to our home here at Arthur Wint Drive. Mr. Michael Ricketts, our President, and of course Dennis, or Jensek, and Tanya Lee Roberts, our Ambassador, and of course, glad to see Just Bet, St. Mary's, and Rare Neville here alongside us, all amazing brands. Thank you for being on the journey with us. So as was said earlier today, we've been on the road with Reggae Boyz from before 1998, but most notably under Coach Samoas, Renee Samoas, and we made it. Jamaica made it to France, and that was an amazing feat, and the boys must do it again. So it's not if, it's when. We are little, but we're Talawa. So, you know, I give my parents a lot of points for their vision to be with football and always sticking by football, because sports is a unifier, and we're good at it. Just like cricket, and any other sport, just like our athletics. So I'll just give you a little secret. My daughter Christina is actually the chairperson for the Jamaica Women's Football Premier League here. So we're vested. That's the message that we want to give you. We're thankful that you have chosen us as your transportation partner. And I'm glad to hear you're having more events, because we have a few more locations. So we're glad to take you on the journey and on the road to our other locations as you bring on more sponsors and showcase the Reggae Boyz. So we obviously have shared values. We are about performance, reliability, and excellence, and we both represent the best of what Jamaica has to offer. So as we go on this journey, let's show our national pride. Let's support the boys. They will be on the road to 2026, and we're going to be there with them. So again, thank you for having us on board. Thank you for wanting us to be on board. And to our boys, you are everything. Let's do this. Thank you, Jamaica. Let's do it.
Good morning, everyone. All right, so for St. Mary's, it's really a no-brainer, right? Snacking and football goes perfectly together. When you think about the fans in the stands, they're usually snacking and watching football. And so we thought it was a perfect combination. At St. Mary's Snacks, we're known for our bold crunch and good vibes. So teaming up with the Reggae Boyz, and I myself are a personal fan of the Reggae Boyz, was an easy call. They bring heart, passion, and a drive to win that really connects with what we're all about. This partnership isn't just about the branding, it's about backing greatness and sharing those high energy moments with our fans. And with everything from banana chips with cheese, green plantain chips, ripe plantain chips, you name it, we have a variety of snacks for every match, for every vibe, and for every kind of fan. And our crunch, we always win, is our campaign that we recently launched, and it's really what this is all about, right? That's our mindset right now. And because when the pressure's on, you need a crunch that will keep up and will keep winning. And that was the main reason why we decided to come on board. Thank you.
morning, everybody. As Tanya mentioned earlier, football, sports, just bet, it only makes sense. We have over 1,000 bet types on all of the Reggae Boyz games. So, we can put your money behind them as well and win some more money on top of them winning the games, right? Because they are going to make it to the 2026 World Cup, right? That's what we're saying there. They are going to make it, right? All right, so as the premier sports betting brand in the Caribbean, Just Bet has always celebrated the passion and excellence of sports. Football, in particular, runs deep in our Jamaican identity, from the little boy or girl kicking a makeshift ball, the stuffed box juice, the paper that they tape up, to the pride we feel watching the junior and senior teams competing globally. We all have that exciting memory associated with football. The sponsorship is an investment in our collective dreams and aspirations. So when our boys step on the stage, they carry the hopes of our nations, and through this partnership with the JFF, we are proud to help fuel their journey towards more international success, and we're especially hoping to see them in 2026. The beautiful black, green, and gold on our flag deserves to be seen on football's biggest stages, and Just Bet is honored to play a role in making that happen. So thank you all for being here with us today as we kick off this partnership. We invite all Jamaicans to support us in supporting the boys, and if you don't already have an account, you can sign up for our Just Bet account, supremegames.com. You get $500 welcome bonus to make your first bet on the boys. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Thank you very much to our sponsors. We appreciate your presence here this morning, all stakeholders, Jamaica Football Federation staff, our sponsors, specially invited guests, videographers, photographers. Thank you for being here. We're looking forward to seeing you all as the journey commences again back in June. Please have a pleasant rest of your day as well, and we look forward to seeing you down the road. Thank you.